I have 3 beers.
Word of our community's acclaim spreads. Word of our community's acclaim spreads. Word of our community's acclaim spreads. Word of our community's acclaim spreads.
Hello and welcome everyone to another fantastic Sunday here on the Exploding Dice channel. My name is Astrin, and you are joining us, hopefully joining us, for another rousing game of Dungeons & Dragons here with our JADE Regent campaign. We have good stuff planned for you guys tonight, but before we dive into that and the announcements and all that good stuff, we are going to swing around and say hello to our cast and greet them and thank them for being here and also find out who they're playing. So that's enough of you with the music right there. But why don't we go and say hi to our cast who are looking very, very tired, very haggard. I believe they are all hungover, so this will be a fun session. Hi Trendane, how's it going? He forgets that he's muted.
I didn't mute me. You muted us all, so you can't blame that one on any of us. So, first of all, to answer Jamal's question, yes, she's right over there. Second, I'm playing Sparks. I'm playing Balin Koth, the human fighter with no night vision. Absolutely Twitter-pated. For those of you who don't know the origin of that particular term, it's from the movie Bambi. It's what happens in spring when all the animals get all lovey-dovey on each other. Twitter-pated over our new caravan master, Sandru. Anyway, and so Zach, the fiend, way down there. I keep saying it like two names down there. Finally, I'm sure he's going to mention this. He finally set an alarm so he could join us properly, but unbeknownst to him, or perhaps he knows, I don't really know. Anyway, next week is daylight savings time.
Well, that's actually we're gonna have an announcement about next week and why there is not actually going to be a game next week. But I will.
That's true. Too.
Yes.
Well, fine. I'll just shut up.
But since you passed the baton so nicely, why don't we go to the end? We're gonna switch things up. Talk to Josh. How are you doing, man?
What's happening? I'm doing good. Last week was a bit of a blunder, so I apologize. I set my alarm, and I was here all early and shit this time. I'm playing Zach Nafine, a very handsome paladin who's very strong, and most of his teammates describe him as probably the most necessary of the crew to have around. But I'm sure they'll back that up with their introductions as well. But anyways, happy to be here.
Fantastic. Who should we jump to next? Why don't we go back to the other side and say hi to Chris?
Button. Hey, there it is.
There it is.
What's going on?
I don't know.
I'm not hungover. I've just been playing Breath of the Wild for like 3 days.
As I think everyone has, yeah. Askren, you need exploding dice.
Haters.
So Jamal says you need exploding dice stickers. I don't know who makes stickers, but
The internet.
Hold on, wait. Do you know the internet's phone number? I'll call him right now.
Yes, 1-800-555. Actually, hang on. Let me get you.
I think it's 192-168.
I get it. That's a good one. That's a joke no one's gonna get. Chris, who are you playing today?
I'm assuming I'm playing my dwarven rogue Lycon, but I mean I could be wrong. Hey, we could have swapped characters.
Yeah.
Or something could have happened.
I mean, until we get into the session, who really knows?
Exactly.
You know, it's what the hell is it? It's Schrodinger's character.
Schrodinger's cat.
Schrodinger's rogue.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
I'm just gonna do this.
And what about you, Ashley? Who are you playing, and how is it going, and what's up?
Unmute. I'm like, I'm pressing the unmute button, and I know that's what Chris was sitting there doing. Why the fuck is it just blurry?
No, I was actually looking for the software button because I knew where he did it. I'm smart.
Well, I found mine faster. I'm Ashley. I play Kismet. I babysit a 11-year-old all day, and I'm probably gonna go to jail tomorrow because I yelled at somebody over Skype who's also probably 13, and I told him I was gonna kill him if he ever talked to her again. And I've been playing Breath of the Wild. How was your day?
Me?
Yeah.
It was okay. I had work. That's it.
You're so shocked. Like, what? Huh? Don't look behind the curtain.
There's nothing outside of the stream. No, I don't exist.
The end?
Yes. Did you tell everyone who you're playing and what's up with them?
Did I slip Kismet
I don't know.
in there after, and my crew tried to kill my parents, and my father hates me, and my mother abandoned me?
We didn't try to kill him.
You were gonna kill him.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
I mean, if he was gonna come at us, then yeah, we're gonna chop his head off and chuck it in the fire, just like your mommy.
Oh wow! You guys suck. I'm gonna go play some more Zelda.
I know.
Okay. Yeah. So she's. Hopefully, this will not be a Kismet-centric story any longer, where it's all sad and she rages out.
Well,
But
we
I
will.
did get to hitch stuff last week, so
Oh,
that
yeah.
was.
Yeah,
It was my mom.
It was your mother. No, you did. Yeah, that is, which I guess is for the best.
She deserved it.
And last but not least, we have Adam.
Is he asleep?
He might be.
He's sleeping.
I'm not asleep. I had to click the unmute button. I was talking when I was supposed to talk, but you moved me to the end because you don't want me to embarrass anybody with how drunk I am, because I'm celebrating me and my friends, and I drink to support all my following friends who I play the D&D game with on Sunday, and I haven't because it's 1:15. 1:15 because I knew that I had to be back home for, what time is it? I had to be back home for 8 o'clock to do a show because I played the Druid Xantor. That's who I am. I'm Xantor the Druid, and I'm not that drunk. All right, I've been eating oranges, and I had a cup of water, and I'm gonna get another water and a beer because you can't go cold turkey and like cut this up raw. And I'm gonna have like some beer and some oranges because the oranges keep me healthy, right? And I don't want to get scurvy because eventually we're gonna be on boats, and I'm gonna be on a boat like just.
I'm on a boat and I'm going fast, man.
So I think I answered all their questions for the night.
Yeah, I'm amazed that you got there, but you did.
Yeah.
We are so screwed.
What's up?
All right. Well, before we dive into the game, we have a couple of announcements to go over, things to cover, little tidbits of information, this and that, to keep you informed. If you guys are just joining us for the first time or you've never really hung out with us before, obviously you can share the game with everyone on Twitter. The retweet link is in chat right there. You just hit that and you tell all your friends where you're hanging out tonight. We, of course, are in the month of March, which this is the first time I'm announcing it on this stream, but in March we have a brand new giveaway. We found a home in Norway for our Player's Handbook last month, but this month we have a new giveaway consisting of a brand new D&D 5th edition Dungeon Master's Guide, as well as a copy of The Curse of Strahd. Those and other goodies will be given out at the end of the month, so obviously all you have to do is hit that link right there. It's in chat. Dice Thulu's got it for you, and you have a chance to win. Our game, of course, is going to sound incredible tonight, as it always does, thanks to our awesome friends over at Sirenscape, and I just realized that I can hear Skype sound, so let's fix that. Our friends over at Sirenscape, and they provide us the tools for great audio and awesome stuff like that. They're great friends. Go check them out. I'll announce this again at the end of the stream. There will not be a stream next week because there's no weekend games, because I am going to be at PAX East. So I can't stream from PAX East because I don't own a laptop. So Yeah, no games, but you should keep up with Twitter, because I will probably tweeting about something that I will be doing with some other streamers and stuff in the community. We'll probably be putting on, all of us who are there are going to try and put on a show for you guys, so definitely keep up with that. As always, if you want to get involved in the game, you can contribute via the donation link. All of the totals are down below. You can help out our players. You can affect the story in various ways. Or if you want to contribute in a more ongoing way, you can become a Game Wisp patron. It's exclamation point, not wasp, Wisp in chat. And it's basically $5 a month. It's exactly like subbing to a partner channel, but you get really, really cool benefits from it. And more added all the time, so go check that out. Drinking rules are in play. I feel like a few players are already there, already ahead of us. So we encourage you to drink when certain things happen. The rules are right over there on that sheet of paper to my right. And we encourage you guys to drink when we do. It makes things fun. That's all I've got. So why don't we go into a little bit of a recap of what happened last week. Let me just change my music up here. Okay. So, as we began last week, the party had been fighting their way through the seemingly enchanted forest of the Tickwood. They were adventuring with Gregan, an old kind of travel-weary and weathered inquisitor of Asmodeus, who had been hunting for nearly 30 years, looking for the hag that he believed killed his wife and ended that relationship that he had many, many years ago. He was bent on revenge, and about half of the party was there with him. So I get a sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you. And the other half of the party was had actually found their way into the center of the forest, and there they became privy to a very strange secret. The hag that stalked the forest, scared away travelers, and made the Tickwood an imposing and frightening place to visit, was not actually a hag at all. It was an elven woman who used powerful illusion magic to protect her domain and keep herself safe from people, but apparently one of them being Gregan, the man who is hunting her. She had fled his wedding proposal, his intent to take her back to his home country of Cheliax, and she sought a life of her own in the forest as a healer and a druid. Through some very strange clues and a lot of very cryptic questioning, Kismet also kind of figured out that it turns out that this woman was not just any elf. She was actually Kismet's lost mother, which meant that in turn Gregan was in fact her father. There was a battle where the two attempted to you sort of attempted to have the two part ways under their own separate illusions, but it did not go nearly as well as it was planned. Gregan was sort of was beaten unconscious, as was the woman, the druid, and it was a lot of drama that happened, a lot of heated words and all kinds of stuff. And sorry, just a loud announcement in my ear. Basically Kismet decided that she did not want anything to do with her mother, that her mother was not a kind of person that she would choose to associate with, and she just left. Her father, she attempted to kind of connect with Gregan in the same way, but rather than her turning him down, it was more Gregan that told her that he doesn't really deserve her affection or her attention. He gave her a red cloak, a red Asmodean cloak, and then continued on his way, as he now has really nothing left to live for or to fight for. It was a really, really heavy moment, and with that in mind, you guys ventured back into Sandpoint to kind of collect what you could to to get your bearings and to see what was next. And when you got to Sandpoint, you found that Ameko was actually well in the process of both selling the Rusty Dragon Tavern and also working with Sandrew to fund and set up a caravan trip so that you guys could you guys could travel with her to the north to the mysterious castle or ruin of Brinewall, where she hopes to find what it is that might be left behind by her family. And as we ended the session, you guys had just met with Sandrew. He had just shown you his map of Varisia, kind of outlining the journey in front of you and telling you that there are some minor preparations to be made, but within the next few days, you guys can be underway. And so that was sort of where we left off. Before we dive right back into it, I want to say thank you so much to Jamal JV, for becoming a Game Wisp patron, for becoming one of Dice Thulu's minions. Thank you so much, man. All of your bonuses should be sent out to you, and I will, if not, I will get those out to you very, very soon. But as Dice Thulu says, welcome to the madness, and thank you for joining us. Oh, and thank you so much, Skagath, the host, man. Appreciate it. Thank you and all your peeps. Hope you guys come and have a good time hanging out here. If you haven't already, go check Skagath out. He is a friend and a fantastic DM.
But do it later, because right now,
Yes.
I brought 11 people in here to watch us completely screw everything up.
Yes. So you guys have your recap in front of you. You're basically in the campsite with people milling around. People are milling around you. They're kind of here. Let me turn this down. They're kind of milling around you. They're setting things up. They're packing carts. They're hitching they're hitching horses onto wagons. They're loading wagons up. It's a bustle, and Sandrew is kind of busy sort of directing people, making sure things get set up properly and tied down. And it looks like this caravan is far from being ready to take off, but it is clearly underway.
Well, Balin.
That one guy.
The hell is my name? Just gonna kind of walk over to one of the farthest out carts and just sort of grab onto the side of it and just sit there for a few minutes, like very pale.
I think somebody needs to go check on him.
I mean, Sandrew is actually sort of nearby. But I realized I forgot to describe him last session. So as I will do that here. Yeah, we'll bring you to the town. Sandrew is he's a rather tall Varisian man. Let me get his picture. He is very very tan, with a kind of cheerful smile and ready smile. He wears sort of an adventuring outfit that looks traveled and worn by the road, but he's a jolly, like a jovial man. His brown hair is kind of slicked back, and his shirt is always somehow unbuttoned, and he's always ready with a laugh or a drink. I don't know what Trendane is looking for.
Nothing.
Oh, okay. So as he'll kind of see you, he says, my friend, you're not looking well. Are you okay? Do you need a drink? Do you need a healer? Okay. Well, please don't vomit on my carts, but if you do need anything, feel free to ask. You're looking rather pale.
Maybe you should get him some water. Just gently place it in his hand.
Oh, water! Of course, of course. He kind of reaches down to his side, and you see him kind of unholster like a kind of leather-bound canteen from his belt, and he kind of pulls the stopper out. He
I
says,
bump into him so he spills the water on himself.
Like, we got your back, man.
Now, hopefully, when it happens, he just goes all over and he's just like, oh.
his hair is somehow like
Flashdance.
Fabio length.
The shirt is now soaked and clinging to him. And Balin just.
He's he kind of looks at Zentor. He says, "I'm sorry, did not see you there." He kind of extends the canteen towards Balin. He says, "Will this help?"
No. And Balin turns and walks back towards town.
Okay. He's just kind of left standing there. He says, "Oh, okay. Someone should tend to your friend. He is looking a bit ill.
He'll be
That
fine.
if you
He's,
say
he's
so.
had a rough day. He just needs to.
If
He's
you,
Traveling will
lost
do
some
him
steam.
good.
Now, before we, I mean, I of course will take care of all the loading, the preparations, the horses, all that thing, but, Ameko told me that, between you and her, she, along with yourselves, would be, providing some of the funds for the expedition, which means you get, you can decide how your money is distributed, what kind of supplies we should travel with, what kind of carts you wish to bring, whether how you would like to if you have any suggestions on how to outfit the caravan. We also have a good number of jobs. We will probably need to take on some hirelings, or find people to fill some of the various roles in the operation of the caravan, but as minor costs.
Is Amiko out there with everybody else, or she's?
I'm sure she was out. Yeah, she hasn't really had a reason to leave.
Money makes me uncomfortable because I grew up in a monastery, so I'm just gonna kind of wander off.
Okay.
Working makes her uncomfortable too,
That too.
And parents.
and parents, and small children.
I grew up in a sheltered environment.
In fact, it might be best if we just leave her here.
No, who's gonna hit the walls and the children and the moms?
Yeah,
Wise point.
he says, I mean, I can take over the paperwork and the outfitting if it interests none of you, but I will leave your input if you'd like it.
Apparently, everybody's too drunk to care.
I would take that as a no.
I wasn't gonna care. I was just gonna make a joke at Balin's expense, but I changed my mind.
He wants to live.
Very well.
No, it's not.
So, then that means I have some purchasing, some outfitting to do. We'll have probably 2 days before we travel. It's really up to you how you spend them. I would suggest you outfit yourself as you need. Buy any supplies that you feel you're lacking, and then probably tomorrow we will sit down and we'll plan the first steps of our route. It's we have a few choices of which direction we can head, and it is mostly up to what you would like to travel through and what you'd like to avoid.
At that point, Balin kind of turns around and says, "I have one place I wish to avoid. Everything else is fine."
I understand. I mean, there is certainly a city on the route that I will be steering well clear of, but
Which
it's...
one?
Oh, I have no intention of going near Riddleport. I always take the long route around.
And Balin walks over and grabs him in the biggest bear hug he can possibly do. May accidentally plant a kiss on his neck somewhere and say, all right,
Nice.
I will, in that case, I will travel with you happily anywhere you want to go. And and he kind of wanders toward one of the other carts and just starts checking the ropes and maybe
All right.
some of the colors coming back now.
As he kind of, he's just like,
As all the blood rushes away.
fantastic. If none, I mean, if none of you have any particular disposition, I was figuring our first destination would be Galduria. It's a good place to restock, to do some trading, this and that. It's a small university town. There's a college there for magicians, but outside of that, not much of interest. But it is a fine trading post. After that, we have forests, we have mountains, we have terrain to plan our journey over. It will not be an easy trip, but we will be fine. He kind of says, unless you have any questions, I have none. My business is with merchants and hirelings.
Thank you for organizing all of that. You're awesome.
Oh no, it is my pleasure. I'm more than happy to have you and your companions joining with me. Surely it will make things more interesting. You seem to attract all kinds of attention from various places.
Yeah. Yeah.
What can I say? I like interesting things.
That's
Well,
You say that.
that's good. How attached are you to walls and your mom?
My mother is dead, so I'm.
I mean, not good. That's horrible, actually. I'm gonna go get a drink. Again.
he just kind of like turns to whoever, like the nearest person, and just says, "You travel with strange people."
I believe that these
You have no idea.
said a few moments ago.
Yeah, we've seen some shit. That's the thing.
Well, if you have
Fucking shit.
if you have no questions for me, then I bid you a good day. I have numbers and business to take care of, and I assume you have arrangements to make, people to see, this and that.
Want our gold now?
You have a boyfriend?
Well, we are already well funded. It is mostly a matter of purchasing what we need.
And that's how Xandor died.
If you need help carrying the things you're buying with the money that you have already, I'm not doing anything right now.
Besides eyeing your butt.
Yes, Mythar, it's not just you. Trending is always very, very quiet.
I don't know. He's just the right level for me. Everybody else is too loud.
Oh, well. I can turn him up so I can turn things up so I hear him, but then everyone else is really... It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, so Sandra will kind of, he'll spend the rest of the day organizing, organizing people. If Balin, if you're around, like, he'll happily, like, make use of your, you to help and kind of help carry things and load things up and hitch horses up, get their food and their things this and that way. But it's fairly uneventful. I mean, it's mostly just sort of a lot of setup work and a lot of like carting bulk amounts of goods in from Sandpoint out to the carts. So you guys, it looks like you have at least a day of day to kill of downtime. Is there anything you want to get done? Xantor, you were basically spending your day helping Koya get her cart ready, unless you wanted to do anything else.
No. I'm good.
Okay. Fair enough. What about the rest of you guys? Yeah.
I have nothing in mind.
I mean, I think we're still good. Have we used really anything recently? Do we need to restock on anything? I don't think so.
Make acid by potions for the team.
She already did that last time. I think it's my
Make
turn.
acid by more potions for the team.
Is there like some kind of tincture to get rid of a hangover that we could give to our good friend Xantor?
He's not hungover. He's still drunk.
Oh, well, for later.
That's the difference.
Potions, sobriety, quickness.
It's
+3.
It's orange juice, a raw egg, some Worcestershire sauce, and a dash of Tabasco on top.
That just makes you throw up. That's why you feel better.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. I mean,
We had to get a White Russian. Okay, so wait, what are we doing?
It's racist.
We don't need to get anything, right? I think we're good.
if anybody needs help loading stuff, I'm just gonna kind of stick around and help with odds and ends. 'Cause
That's fine.
I have nothing else to do.
And that's how the whole caravan burned down.
Right? Why is the wheel off that wagon?
You're like holding it like 20 feet away.
She's spinning it. She's rolling it and running after it and catching it.
And giggling.
Okay, so you guys, I mean, you guys have had a fairly, a fairly stressful last few days. It's been a decent amount of time since you really had time to just kind of decompress, and you've been kind of running around doing errands and doing things for quite a while now, especially after the events in the forest and this and that. As you guys are as you guys are hanging around town, you kind of you definitely get a lot, like there's a lot of commotion going on in town, mostly over the fact that it's a Mako is leaving. Like that is causing a lot of talk and a lot of chatter in Sandpoint itself.
Is anything specific?
I mean, it's mostly like basically you get the sense that people are kind of are kind of surprised. She in her tavern was sort of like a fixture of Sandpoint. It was something I guess a lot of people here just grew to accept would always be a thing. So people are talking about how some people are angry about it, some people don't really understand it, some people do this and that, and you hear among the talk there's definitely you hear a lot of mentions about her, things that happened in her past that you've never really sat down and talked with her with, but you get the sense that some people who have spent a lot of time in town or have lived here for a while kind of know a little bit about her and have have reasons to be curious. But it's the town itself is fairly abuzz. The tavern itself, basically she's keeping it open for the last day or so, and that means that the tavern itself is just bustling with activity. It is people are coming and going. People are desperate for to grab some of her cooking, to have a drink or hear a last story in the Rusty Dragon or share their own tale. There's all kinds of people that are kind of come in to tell stories and things like that.
Is she not giving the tavern to anybody?
She's putting it basically in the hands of the Mercantile Consortium, the Sandpoint Mercantile League, where they will basically sell it off, or to, I guess, probably auction it off. But you get this. You heard from her briefly that she had sort of stipulated certain offers that she wouldn't take. But basically, it's going to be sold in her name. It is sometime in the future.
That's sad.
Meh.
Chilling, I don't care. We're leaving.
Ah.
All right, give me 1 second here.
Okay. 1 second.
Fantastic. So as you guys are doing this, you guys see sort of in the tavern, you see her kind of take Ameko aside, like in the middle of this throng of people. Ameko and Shalelu are kind of off in a corner, talking to themselves. It looks like they're kind of trying to stay away from the crowd of people that is filling this building. Are you guys? I mean, do you guys have any? Are you guys doing anything in town? Or are you just sleeping until they kind of tell you it's time to leave?
What time are we? Was it going to be earlier or later?
I mean, you have about 24 hours before the caravan's ready to go. Like,
What time of day is it?
fairly early.
Lycon has grabbed a hefty jug of ale, and he has wandered toward the front side of town to find a nice shady spot to relax and under some trees and enjoy the sounds of the ocean.
All right.
Did dwarves like the ocean?
No.
Absolutely not.
I'm not in it.
They might be fond of looking at it.
Yeah, just not being in it
Yeah, I'm not in the water.
because they are not buoyant.
They're big bone.
They also don't like horses, which is one of the reasons why they ride rams most of the time. Anyway, dwarves being terrified of horses isn't something that D&D really pushes as much anymore. Basically, Balin's just going to be spending his time just cleaning all his gear, packing it, and getting it ready to go.
He's gonna be polishing that sword pretty rough.
Nice.
We are poor.
No, he doesn't own a sword.
You guys are as you guys are kind of hanging out in the tavern and going about your business, or I guess this would happen to a couple of you. You notice that there are there's like a group of people that all, and you notice they're kind of decked out. They appear to be clad in like armor, mostly like scale, with kind of like cloth under it. It's not particularly expensive, but it is definitely armor. They look like some sort of guards, and they kind of begin pushing their way into the Rusty Dragon. You can see they're sort of escorting this man. He's got sort of a blonde beard and kind of ruffled blonde hair, but he's very tall, very kind of statuesque, with a scowling face, and he's kind of like looks around. He's kind of like pushing a kind of a drunk man off of him, and he says, This space is horrible. Why is?" And he kind of turns like as he turns, he sees Ameko across the bar, and his whole kind of retinue kind of pushes his way over, and he says, like as he arrives, you guys see him kind of cross his arms, and you hear him say,
Before that.
yeah, he says, I'm glad you've finally seen the error of your ways. Perhaps we can finally turn this dump into a proper establishment. He's kind of like his people are really not like they're not being gentle, especially not like they're kind of like pushing, like Ameko has been kind of pushed back to the corner. She's definitely, you see her definitely not receptive to this guy at all. Like she kind of gives him a scowling glance and basically with a gesture kind of tells him to get lost. But he and his men are sort of in like causing a fairly a growing ruckus in this tavern.
How many of us are in the tavern? Is it just me?
I mean, probably you.
I'm definitely in there.
Yeah, you, Xantor, and Zachnafine.
I mean, sounds like somebody wants to get their ass beat, kind of. So
Like, I'm just gonna walk up and kind of stand next to her.
Mhm.
Just smile and say hi to her.
To Ameko?
Yeah.
She, all right. She says, I seem to have acquired some rather well-funded muscle in my tavern. Someone is, she kind of shoots a glance. She says, someone is trying to make a point. He thinks after all this time he's still intimidating.
Who's he?
It's Titus.
From Final Fantasy X.
I was like, and then Titus.
Where's Waka?
She says, yeah,
Warren?
Titus Scarnetti. He's just one of the nobles that has been trying to buy up property in this town. He's never really given up trying to obtain this place.
Is he gonna get it if you sell it off?
I hope not. I'm hoping I was hoping the price would be a deterrent, but I don't know.
Well, couldn't you set it up until someone else would get it and not him?
I could, but I mean, who in town would be trusted with taking care of this place?
Have you asked many people, or has anybody expressed interest in it that you would trust with it?
Not particularly. I mean, everyone seems to want it run, but as you know, I'm really the only one here that does the work.
I just feel like I see Xantor passed out in the corner.
His eyes are open.
No, I'm not passed out. My eyes are open. I'm here. I'm here.
I'm gonna see if I can get his attention
As he
and
clicked the
like.
wrong fucking button.
Did he hang up?
No, he turned me off. For you do not want them?
I was gonna try to
Put 'em on
motion
the they're like artistic.
him over
Throw 'em out.
and see if he paid attention.
Throw them out. No, it's fine. You don't want them.
Well, no, it's not to me.
No, he's-
I don't want to throw him out. That's like escalating.
I was like, I don't know who he's
Damn.
talking to.
Like,
You
that's
are-
not a me thing anyway. What am I gonna do? Shoot the walls and tell them to get out?
Would prevent them from buying the.
Zachnafine, my friend. Wanna come hang out?
what's cracking?
With
Of course, I want to hang out.
out.
I fly, you buy. Let's do it.
I feel like we need to help you find somebody that's gonna take care of this bar that isn't a colossal douchebag and gonna run everybody out. Because I feel like
What do you mean?
if he's a noble, then he's not gonna let anybody afford to drink here.
Yeah. It's a case and
It's all right. I got him. Do you guys want to do something? Do you guys want to do you want to intervene in some way?
I don't want to yet because I don't feel like it's gotten to that point. But
Okay.
I think we lost him permanently for the night.
That's fine. All right. You guys keep going. I'm gonna fix the cameras. You guys keep going.
Well, I don't know. When you say intervene, like intervene in what exactly?
In an oath of vengeance kind of way.
Oh. Oh, okay. I just like to stand around and look tough. Cause
You're like, I don't want to do anything. I'll mess my nails
oh no,
off.
I love getting in fights.
Is anybody else waiting for somebody to like jump up behind him and like drag him off into the dark?
I mean, yeah, me.
That's so creepy.
I was trying to add to the ambiance.
I thought you meant the guy that has to make
That is actually gone. No, I mean, I'm wearing heavy armor. I got my battle axe, just kind of chilling. I mean, I wouldn't fuck with me. That's all I'm saying. So,
I mean, you're welcome to step up if you want to try and sort of, if you want to try and intimidate these guys,
well, that's what I'm kind of wondering. Are they like? Do they appear to be like they're like about to start?
They look like. I mean, yeah. The guards themselves look like they've kind of like. You can tell from the way they're acting. They're definitely like pushing patrons around and kind of like being just trying to clear room for themselves and act fairly intimidating. You've probably seen this once or twice before. Like you get the sense that these guys are not like they've been told to kind of come in here and cause trouble,
or they already have that sense of.
Or it's possible they may just be assholes. But either way, it looks like they're going out of their way to to mess to ruin people's day at the tavern.
Well, I mean, if nobody's really asking me to do something, go out of my way and start trouble with other people for no reason, it's not really like I mean, I don't really give a shit about this place, to be real. But I mean, if they're, I mean, I'll look intimidating, and if anybody is messing with us or the people that we're with, I mean, I'll give them a death stare, I guess. I don't really know.
All right.
I'm not like the most rational person. That's the problem.
I mean,
where's Balin?
If you wanna try and kind of give him a stink eye or something, you can go ahead and roll me an intimidation check.
Okie dokie. Let me get my character sheet pulled up. Oh shit. I'm pretty good on that.
All right.
Nice.
So you kind of as a group of them are kind of like pushing some people away from a table and kind of just getting ready to sit down and kind of like take their place. Like you're sort of just standing there and you just kind of like put your hand on the chair and like the bench that they're gonna be on. You just kind of like just like lift the bench up and they kind of as they slide off and you're just giving them a death stare. And the man, like the one at the front, he says, "Who are you?"
Oh, I'm not gonna say shit to this motherfucker. I'm just gonna keep staring at him.
You should sit down on the bench just cleared.
I don't know. I'll tell him to mind his own business.
He says, "Seems like you should probably do the same. You don't want to." He says, "Just go about your business. It's too many people here. You don't want to cross." I mean, he's definitely like he's talking, but you can see like he's definitely like not rather than be up in your face, he is he's definitely kind of backing away to like the group of people that he came in with, to kind of like so that he has their numbers kind of behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back.
Pussy. Yeah. How about we all go about our own business? We go, don't be bothering people and don't be bothering me, and don't talk to me anymore. How about that?
Catch me outside.
He says.
He can catch me outside if he wants.
He says, "Look, not sure what you want here, but keep your distance. There'll be no trouble."
Sounds good, bud.
All right.
Yay, you're scary.
I told you it's the fucking darkness, dude. It's like
It really does look like you're about to get Slender Man like all up in there.
Next time, Kismish needs to try the intimidation check. That'd be way more funny.
All right. So you guys are what's it called? I mean, these guys are they're kind of at this point they've backed away. They're kind of like keeping their distance. They're, you know, as long as you're kind of standing at this table, which is kind of like between them and the rest of the patrons, they're kind of giving you a wide berth, and they're kind of like you as you see what's called Titus Scarnetti, like rather that he attempted to have a short kind of exchange with Mako, but when she kind of ignored him, he says, he just kind of like pulls his cloak over his shoulder and says, "Very well, I await your departure." And then he'll just kind of turn on his heel and make his way out of the tavern. As this is going on, Balin, you're kind of working in the caravan camp, and you're just kind of like loading a barrel of something onto one of the carts, and you hear a voice behind you that says, "Excuse me, is there anyone here I can have a conversation with?"
Suppose I'll turn and see who is speaking.
You're looking at a very familiar figure. It's a man sort of dressed in a very, very fine kind of noble's clothing, very bright colors. He has a very wide-brimmed, kind of colorful hat with a long kind of peacock's feathers sticking out of the top. He's got a, kind of a beard on his face. I actually think I may
That's
have...
usually where beards are.
Yeah.
Is that Jarlaxle?
We saw him at the auction, I believe.
Yes, he looks a little bit like that, like this.
Dun dun dun! It's like Clint Eastwood with a hat.
And he
Astute observation.
he says,
Good, the bad, and the... I don't know.
he says, oh, sorry, I should probably turn the
Flamboyant.
this back to camp.
Refresh my brain on one thing. Was he rude to us at the...
Uh,
or is he fairly insistent? Because I remember one guy being insistent of, "I really need to talk to somebody about this," and another guy being just dickish, like the guy who was just in the Rusty Ground.
This was the guy who he kind of threw a fit when he couldn't find an object, when an object that he was looking for was not sold at the auction, and he stormed out.
But he wasn't associating directly with us.
It was with Xantor.
No, Xantor had actually followed him out after to talk to him.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was that dude.
Yeah.
The guy that kind of threatened us all.
He didn't really threaten you.
One of the books, right?
Yes.
Well,
One...
Yes, he told you. He doesn't. I don't think he doesn't. As far as you're aware, he doesn't know you have it. But he did definitely intimate that was what he was looking for.
Oh, it's you again. Well, there are several people here for whatever time there is left. If you're looking for the caravan master, I'm not exactly certain where he is right this moment.
He says, "I'm not looking for the sorry, wrong accent. I'm not looking for the caravan master. I'm looking for one of you."
Well, there is only one of me, so congratulations, you found me all.
Says, I spoke with one of your companions the last time I was here. We had words, but he kind of looks off to the side and he kind of looks back to you and says, "There are two things that I feel like you and your friends should know. And one of them is that this conversation obviously never happened. I was not here."
Oh, good. And I'll turn and go back to packing stuff.
He doesn't really seem fazed, but you hear him behind you. He says, "What you should know is in a cave far to the east of here. 4 creatures recently arrived. They were sent there as gifts from my lord to another. I tell you this because I am fairly certain there are more that are headed this way, that are intended to be gifts for you. They seek very much what I came here to seek, but as I told your friend, when my lord did not get what he was, what he demanded, via peaceful methods, he would turn to more destructive ones.
Balin will finish putting the. Oh, hello. Good evening. What can I do for you?
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Or perhaps I should be more specific. Do not pull this kind of bullshit with me. You either speak plainly or get the fuck out of my sight.
he kind of.
Damn.
First of all, roll me an intimidation check, please.
I was intimidated. Holy shit.
You scared the pee right out of her.
Actually, be right back.
Fucking sass queen over here.
Not very good.
All right.
Can I
He
use my inspiration?
You're still flustered.
Yeah,
from
if
all
you'd
the
like to.
sandburn.
I would like to. I will add a D8 to that. Watch me roll a 1. Good God. So close. So,
Damn.
So 13.
he's sort of standing there. He kind of adjusts his hat a little bit. He says, "Friend, do you have a family?" I ask man to man.
Girl.
I'm actually a woman, sir.
Were- Was that addressed at me? Because I don't believe we're friends. But to answer your question, just for the sake of volunteering information, no, I don't. And I'll go back to.
He says, "Well, I do."
Congratulations.
And he's gonna, like, he says, "And there are some things that we must do for those that we must keep safe. I have, once again, I was not here. I volunteered this information by choice, at risk. That's all I have. If I am found here, then I will not have a family anymore. Prepare for your journey, whatever you need to do, wherever you're going. I don't care, but there is someone who has his eye on this place, and I assume you know what he's looking for." And he just kind of tips his head. He says, "Good day." And he's just going to kind of turn and walk down the road.
Pleasant journey. Hope your family winds up being okay.
Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.
Yeah.
Isn't standing out there with Xantor to overhear the conversation, and Balin has no fucking clue what the guy's looking for, and so he doesn't.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Other than that, like, he kind of continues down the road. He's not actually headed towards Sandpoint. He's headed down the Lost Coast Road in the opposite direction, so towards the east. And he'll kind of disappear over a hill in the road after a short while. That's pretty much it. I mean, he doesn't really, like, you continue on with the work in the camp. Things are fairly uneventful, and there's no one that seems to come to disturb you. You're not really sure exactly what he was talking about.
Very true. I just keep doing the thing, but keep the axe kind of loose, limbered in its thong, so that I can very easily pull it out just in case.
All right.
And keep my ears perked towards. What time of day is it, or is it nighttime now?
At this point, it's late into the afternoon.
So yeah, definitely keeping my passive perception as high as it'll go.
Okay. So I mean, after a little while, you hear kind of some chuckling, some this and that kind of voices kind of gathering around, and you hear a voice coming out here. It says, Billin, we're taking a break for the day. We have to go into town to make some arrangements to put some money in some hands. Obviously, you're of course welcome to keep tying things to the truck, to the wagon. Though, I fear you continue that any longer, there will not be anything left to tie. But you should join us. We're going to have a drink. We're going to get some food, take a rest, all of that.
Is it Mr. Sexy Pants who's saying this?
Yeah, no, it's Sanders calling you.
That's what I was afraid of. Okay. Well,
You could tie him to the wagon.
believe me, that thought definitely went through. I was going through the various knots that I would use so that he could get out of it if he really wanted to, but hopefully wouldn't. And anyway, so just having tied the 40th rope across the wagon and somehow tied two of the wagons together side by side.
Hey, bud.
Hmm?
I don't know if it matters, but the videos are kind of messed up now.
Yeah, I'm fixing it now.
Okay, just letting you know.
Adam and I like being one person.
As you were.
Well, Adam Schley, here's the or Ashlam.
Ashdam.
I get damn it, Ashley, a lot.
Not quite the same thing. Anyway,
All right.
the,
Double Ashley.
where were you planning on going? 40.
He says, well, some of my men are particularly fond of the fat man's feed bag. It's not my particular, but I try to avoid the place. It's let's not talk about that. I was going to see my friends, or our friends, down at the Rusty Dragon for a brief minute. I do need, of course, to talk with Shalelu. She is willing to travel with us, but she has some requests. So I have to find out where she needs to visit and how we can. She's a fantastic tracker and a fantastic hunter, so I would value her services.
I could go with you to the.
Fantastic! Then let's go. What are we waiting for?
Okay. And
He kind of claps you on the shoulder and kind of like walks you over. And there's a group of like 4 or 5 other other people that have been kind of working around the camp, hitching up the horses and that kind of thing. As you're walking back to the
how tall
tavern,
is he?
it's offhand, he's probably like, I don't know, 6'2", 6'3".
Okay, so I'm about 2 inches taller than him. Okay.
He kind of, he'll introduce you. He says, these are the Vosh brothers. They're my drivers. This is Damien. This is Nikolai, and this is he's Rudy. He's from Magnamar. We don't talk about him.
Hello, gentlemen. Very good to meet you.
They're all kind of, most of them are Verisian, but there's kind of a mix of accents and stuff, and they're all like laughing and joking and talking amongst each other as he kind of leads you back into the town. But as you eventually get back to the tavern, and the activity in the tavern has swelled, but Ameko has kind of.
Sorry.
Ameko has just has sort of taken to, like, she's given the job of actually serving drinks to someone else. She is basically at this point just sort of sitting on a chair in front of the fire, just kind of listening to people tell stories and
Not that poor gnomish woman in the kitchen, right?
No,
Okay, good.
Brunilda is not the person serving drinks.
Ooh.
But yeah, I mean, people are telling stories. The ambience is kind of, is the fire is alight. The food is being served. And Ameko will kind of, as she sees you, she'll kind of, basically gesture you guys over to sit and listen with her. And as she does, she says, "So, are you all ready to leave? I mean, do you have any preparations you need to make? Is there anything we should see to? We've been working fairly hard to get things underway, but also I do feel a little bit I feel a little bit bad at, just seemingly roping you all in to travel with me and not really offering anything in return." No? You guys are talkative as shit today.
Well, I keep waiting for Balin to ask for something specific. It was there.
It's right on the tip of his tongue, and that's why he's keeping his mouth shut. Afraid of what might happen. It happens to slip out.
I'm drunk and I'm not allowed to talk.
It's so funny when you do, though.
It's not that you're not allowed to, you're just encouraged not to.
Could say something.
It's not that we don't feel like we need to leave. It's I've enjoyed my time here. It's been interesting. I was going to say entertaining, not quite the word I would choose, but
It's adorable watching him.
He's like blushing for real.
She's kind of like looking at you very strange. She says, "I'm not really sure what you're trying to say."
It's probably for the best.
Right. And as she looks like she's about to say something, you guys you hear, like, you kind of hear again boisterous laughing as Sandro kind of like bumps through the crowd. He's carrying like a bunch of tankards of ale, and he just kind of sets them down on the table. He says, all right. I don't know what you're talking about, but we have business and I have ale, so we are going to have ale and business now. Is that amenable? I hope that's amenable to everyone.
That's never led anyone astray.
Good. Fantastic. I never conduct business without ale. As he kind of slides a tankard over to each of you, he says, all right, now, here is exactly what I need to talk to you about. The first and the foremost is, of course, our little venture. We have we require jobs, things to be filled. Now, I am told that the people traveling with us will be you five, Ameko, Shalelu, Mrs. Koya, and myself. I have 2 drivers and 3 roadsman, but that is it. Now, if you will require,
I can drive.
I'm sure you can.
You might be a little bit more busy dealing with your kobold you're bringing with, I'm sure.
Do we want them to know that he has a kobold?
We've had him here in the hotel. or
And
the
a shade. And a shade.
Yeah, well, we don't know what actually happened to her. Nobody's
He
talking to her
controls
like
them really well.
Maffei is still in the tavern. She's been spending her time upstairs, kind of researching the tome that you guys gave her to read.
Says my dad threatened to kill her.
You guys. So he says, "Well, here's how we can do this. We are going to be making quite a few stops on the way. So if we'd like to pick up some coin and maybe make some of the fare cheaper, we can take on passengers, paying travelers. We can, of course, hire traders, people who will buy and sell in some of the towns that we stop in. They possibly procuring things we need. Of course, there are guards, entertainers, cooks, healers, scouts, caravan repairmen. We can hire just about anything we need. It's more up to what you think, what you require. If you require an entertainer, we can hire an entertainer. It will take up space and food, but we can do it.
We've got Xantor. I think we're good on entertainment.
A few drinks and Kismet will be dancing on the table, so we're all right.
That was one time.
Yeah, he says, I've made sure we have an entire cart stocked with ale. We should be fine for a while.
Oh dear.
And then I'm good.
He says,
What
Reach over and
happens
just
after-
kind of pat Balin on
So
the
what
hand.
happens after the second day when all the ale's finished?
then I believe we will have to wait until we make our first major stop in town to buy more. I, of course, will not. I, of course, cannot contribute that much to the ale fund. That will, after the first cart, I think the rest will probably fall on your heads if you wish to drink more.
Drink more. Drink more.
He says, other than that, I have. He says, I have a supply wagon. I have our fortune teller wagon. I have our covered wagon where we will sleep. But of course, if you wish to have more wagons, we can purchase more wagons. Prison wagons, trains to pull horse trains to pull us faster. More supply wagons, more covered wagons for sleeping space. Whatever you think.
What are the sleeping arrangements?
Well, we have a covered wagon. We have a single wagon which will provide shelter at night. Other than that, if you I do have a few tents that can be set up, but no, it's not great. Not much. Remember, we do have some money to spend, but we have not actually purchased our additional wagons yet. So
Where do you tend to sleep?
I
You
sleep.
grab his mug and get up and go back over towards the bar. Even though he's only drank about that much.
He says, I usually make my bed. I have a bedroll. I roll it out on the platform where the driver sits, and I sleep under the stars unless the weather is bad, and then I will usually set up a tent of mine that I have.
Well, I know our friend Balin has a pretty decently sized tent, and he seems willing to share.
You don't say. Well,
With me?
Probably with either one of you.
well, I have not seen his tent. I don't know how many can it fit.
I would say a snug two. So what we need probably to grab some things for sleep then.
I mean, if you think you'll require more sleeping space, I can arrange for a second covered wagon that should double our area, or you can buy your own tents if you'd like.
Okay. I don't know if I want to sleep with a kobold. Or somebody that turns into a bear.
Does he? Do you think
Don't wanna
he
sleep with Balin.
he sleep?
Like a bad dream and just bear.
Do you think he he sleep shapes?
Well, I don't know if it's sleep so much as slightly inebriated. I don't understand how he's still in normal form right now.
He says, "Well, whatever you decide, let me know because I will need to have the caravans purchased and hooked up to our train by tomorrow. That aside." And he'll kind of unroll his take out his map tube and unroll it again and kind of show you guys. He says, "If I have not explained it, allow me to do so. We are here." He says, "We are here in Sandpoint. This is us." Now, this right here is the Lost Coast Road. It stretches up along the coast. And it will take us as far as Windsong Abbey, but after that, if we wish to strike out along the coast, we will have to find our own route. It will be... There are roads, but it will be decidedly harder traveling than if we were to take the longer way around. But we will not pass many settlements on the way. Otherwise, we could cut across land to the east, and we will run into more towns that way.
And this is about when Balin comes back with the same amount of the cup that he left with. You said that our first major stop was Galduria.
Well, that is where I have business and trade first. We can of course make others. I do not have a set date of arrival there, so we can make other stops before that. Yes, that's a. But Galduria is on the list, and it is. We will certainly need to travel through it to make our way north. Galduria, if you don't know, is right here.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing, Balin?
Oh no, I presume it's fine. I just if I thought there might be two different routes that we would take. One would be a more direct route towards this place here, Nybor, and or up to Galduria. So if we're going across, in either case, we have to go across these plains. They are plains, right?
Yeah, I mean, Varisia is a land of kind of rolling hills and long, kind of stretching plains. But he says, well, if we travel towards Nybor, there are roads there that go there. They are not major trade routes like the Lost Coast Road, but we can we certainly will not be traveling completely overland. There will be more towns on the line. It's on the whole, it is less dangerous, I think, less wild terrain. If we cut up towards the Windsong Abbey, after that, we will be fairly off-road for quite some time. But
while you're there, you can sell it to all of your compatriots from when you grew up. That was too kismet.
Guys, I found my mom and almost killed her, and then my dad left me alone in the woods again.
You weren't alone in the woods. We were like 10 feet away.
It's more dramatic my way. I'm young. He might start actually liking the beach and drown himself here shortly.
So at that point, we follow this river north.
well, the road will take us north. We will have to go, and he says, if you have not seen, of course, once we pass through Galdoria, we will we'll travel up, skirt the forest, hopefully, I hope to reach, we reach Ravenmore, or we can avoid Ravenmore, cut through the woods, and shave time off our trip, but that is talk for later. For now, we decide our road to Galdoria.
So, is there, besides being safer, is there any reason to go to Windsong Abbey? Or are we just doing that because it looks safer?
Basically what he's telling you is the road directly to Windsong Abbey is pretty safe.
Okay.
It's a main highway. After the Abbey, the travel is shorter, but
Okay.
it's more rugged, which means it'll be faster, but it'll be more dangerous. Whereas going to Nybor will be less dangerous on the whole, but will take longer.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere in between the two is a giant dragon horse.
I was gonna say,
That-
as
yeah.
long as we don't go that
It's the
way.
demon unicorn with
He
a
says-
lizard tail.
Oh, you don't need to worry about that. That is simply the Sandpoint Devil. It doesn't exist.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
What?
Sure doesn't. Sure.
Sandpoint what?
You don't know about. He turns to a maker. He says, "You've never told them about the Sandpoint Devil?" She kind of says, it's just a folk tale. There's nothing to it. It's
Oh god.
old drunk farmers claim they see some demon horse coming to swoop in and take people away. It's not real."
That's pretty specific.
Yeah, that's we found lots of not real stuff in the last week or two.
Well,
Like I said, we've seen some shit.
she says, "I've been living here a long time. I promise you, this one is not real. It is a
When
an
that
old."
thing is dragging you off by your shirt,
She
you
says-
and I are gonna have a conversation.
I'll take that risk.
I'm pretty sure the conversation will be, bye.
Told you.
I told you so. As you yell at her as she drifts off into the distance.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do? Do you want to go longer and safer through the Sandpoint Devil Horse, or faster and bumpier through the Sandpoint
Well,
Devil
hold-
Horse?
We're
What'll
going around
take
the
us-
devil horse.
Bumpy
What'll
sound.
take? Hold on. What'll take us near Druid lands? I need to visit my country people.
That you would know is like far to the north. The lands you're talking about are sort of in this area over here.
Well, it looks like we're gonna pull a Skyrim and just.
Hey, whoop.
No, but for real, fast and bumpy sounds fine.
I don't
Fast and
care.
bumpy sounds good. Okay, fire. That needs to be a quote.
Ribbed for her pleasure.
Or his.
For his.
For
Their
somebody's
pleasure.
Come on, Chris. Kill me.
So, what do you guys want to do? I mean, if you'd like to press Sandra for more information about what you will possibly be passing by and what you'll be, he might be able to help to kind of, help you make a decision, or, if you just you can ask him whatever you need, basically. If you need more information, if you want to do something.
Is there
I
any-
don't care.
Yeah.
Balin's gonna do whatever he wants. Zachnafine wants to go the other way, and I don't think the other two's opinion matters. So, all right,
Fast and bumpy it is.
that's
Yeah.
not the way he wants to go.
Squaw. Oh wait, what way does Balin want to go?
Whichever way that's
The
Wait,
way
which one's-
Sandra wants to go.
Oh, he wants to go the slow way. Well, whatever, man. You know what? Whatever. It's cool.
The more direct route sounds like the better.
Which one's the more direct way?
Going up to Windsong.
Fast and bumpy.
Fast
dog.
and bumpy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He says.
I mean, most of the time, guys say, this.
I mean,
will be
is he
fine.
is he concerned that we're going to run into trouble that we're not going to be able to handle along the way?
I mean, you
That
could
is-
just you don't have to ask me. You can ask him.
I'm just thinking about Oregon Trail
Okay,
here.
re-
I'm worried
rephrase
Fast and
all of
Bumpy
that,
means we're
direct it
gonna
at
lose
him.
wagon wheels here. We're
He'll
gonna die of dysentery.
he'll say no, I'm not particularly. I mean, I'm not particularly concerned that we will run into anything that will eat us or or blow us up or anything like that. It's mostly just those particular lands. They are home to. They are sometimes home to wandering tribes of gnolls, things that live in the mountains, on the coast. I've traveled them before. It's mostly safe as long as you are vigilant.
You just prefer to not deal with it. Is that what it is?
I prefer anything that does not throw a wrench into my travel plans, so I will always stick to a road if I can.
What's a wrench? No, never mind.
What's a wrench?
Wrenches, come on.
All right, boys and girls, what do you think?
How many heal pots do we have?
Man, we got heal pots right here. Man. Don't you worry about that, girl. I'll protect you. But
Because we're going the fast and bumpy way.
what do you guys think? We heard Chris' opinion. He doesn't give a shit. Balin. How does he feel about this?
I already said. He already
He
said.
said.
Tell me again.
Windsong Abbey and across.
All right.
Route.
He kind of says, "Well, then I think we have an itinerary. We will get things started for tomorrow. We will get underway probably late in the afternoon. We still have some last minute things to take care of, but everything should be arranged. We'll make up north for the Lost Coast Road to Windsong Abbey." And as you're doing this, Shalelu kind of like leans in on the back of Ameko's chair. She says, I don't mean to sound interruptive or
Yes, you do.
but there is still we still are aware of the goblins tribe and where them and the kobolds have congregated in the hills. We will be, if you intend to travel up towards past the Tickwood to Windsong Abbey, we'll be passing close enough by that with but a half a day or so's excursion, you can find your way to their fort that they have congregated in. If it's not too much trouble, I would suggest dealing with that to make sure the town is not in danger once you have left it.
Can Xantor send his little minion in and take the rest of the hive over? Does it work like that?
I don't think so.
I know, I was,
Nice
gonna-
try.
I'm gonna
A
go.
for effort.
I'm gonna go with no on that one.
I didn't know if Xantor had any, like,
mean,
opinion.
Not sure that's how their
I don't
culture.
know. I'm not
I'm your
particularly
king
attached to
now.
this town.
My people are not slaves that we just send on side missions.
Your kobold?
Well, I would send the kobold and Maffei. I wouldn't just send the kobold. The kobold, he's kind of stupid. He was chewing on a shoe when we found him an hour ago.
That's because you locked him in
You-
his
you
room for
locked
2
him-
days without food.
I
chew
did
on your
not
shoe,
lock
too.
him in his room without food. The powers that be locked him in his room without food.
You're like, he had a shoe.
My childhood.
Can Maffei possess a kobold and then they can go in like a twofold?
Like
Maffei is not a ghost. She can't possess people.
Those worth a shot. Okay, which way are we going?
To bed.
Holy, we're still on this.
She no, I mean she just says as long as this, I mean, I know that this is an issue for the town. It is certainly an issue for me. Bruthasmus
Now
is
you're
there.
leaving.
What's up?
Said we're all leaving. It's not
She
an issue
says-
for us anymore.
But the town's helped us out. Then there are kids in there.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Couple that I haven't shot
The
at.
children.
They'll be fine. They were doing just fine until we came along.
You're just jealous that they're taller than you are.
Damn.
How about this? How about before we hit the major track, we stop by and we clear out the goblins, and then we hit the road?
Dude, I would love to kill some goblins, man. I'm super down with that.
Or kobolds.
All right, man.
I thought you said Knowles.
Did he say gnolls, kobolds, or
No.
goblins?
No,
He said Knolls earlier, kobolds now.
the Knolls live in the hills that you are going to be traveling through past Windsong Abbey. The fort that she's talking about is where the remaining tribe of goblins, the ones that invaded town, and the kobold tribe have congregated and sort of
Fused
joined
together.
forces. Yeah.
Oh,
So technically, we don't need to fight them because we are the ruling party of the Licktoad tribe, aka the Crying Bears tribe of the swamp now. So we should go as emissaries, and we have a kobold representative of another tribe, and we can treat with them.
Oh
Not
my
no,
God,
not
yes.
another tribe. The same tribe. Remember
Yes, let's do the
remember
thing.
you took him from his own tribe.
Yeah, so technically, yeah, we don't even need to fight them. We just need to set them on their path.
We're just gonna remind them which direction they should be headed in, or
Yes.
death. It'll be a quick in and out, and then we'll do a fast and bumpy.
That's what he or she said.
I will not participate in negotiations with terrorists.
You can stay.
Yeah,
outside.
I'm just gonna watch you guys go in and then watch your heads roll out of the forest. Like, yep.
So basically, with with all your with your kind of discussion, your discussion done, and the Shalelu having kind of given you this information. I mean, it's getting really late. You guys, I'm assuming, continue to kind of enjoy your last night in town. You drink, you revel, you listen and share stories with the rest of the patrons. I should have had tavern music going on, but I didn't. You guys share stories with the patrons. You're having a good time. If there's anything you'd like to ask anyone or make sure we clear up before you guys go to bed and get yourselves ready tomorrow.
No, I would like to ask Mafe if she's discovered anything new.
So you go back to Mafe, who's been studying this tome fairly in depth for a while. Give me 1 second here. I gotta check this. Loading. All right. Fuck it. It's in. All right, mysteries. Sorry, I'm looking for. I had notes and I have to find where I put my notes.
I'm fine.
Where is it? There we are. Okay, so as she arrives, she's kind of just sitting there at the table with this tome, and she says, "Welcome. I have been delving into this text as in depth as I can, and what I have discerned is as follows." This is but one fragment of a larger text. And the book itself is referred to in Aklo as the secrets of the dreaming dark. It specifically references a realm of being that the wizard Hunkle was particularly interested in, called the Dark Tapestry, a place out beyond this world where other things dwell.
Okay. We could tell her we actually saw a map that was labeled as the Dark Tapestry when we were exploring Hunkle's tower.
Yes, that was what I believe he thought was where the tapestry was located in space. She says, this particular section of the book focuses on manipulation and alteration of certain spells that are traditionally limited to the summoning of creatures from other planes.
Manipulation and alteration, how? What's the benefit?
Most summoning spells that contact other planes are very limited in nature, very specific, and require attunements and can only bring over certain things. But with the rituals and knowledge within this book, it is possible to reach out and contact other, more unformed, older things. Things that do not dwell within the normal limits of the planes that most learn to contact. It is very complicated. The rituals are powerful but complex.
And what would be the benefit of bringing in something that's unformed?
She kind of opens turns the book to one page and give me 1 second. She says, This is one of the many rituals collected within this book. I can and she says it describes a method of called breaching the veil of dreams.
Okay.
It allows the ritual caster to poison themselves and on the brink of death pass through to the dimension of dreams to speak and commune with the beings that exist there, though what may be found and how one may be protected from such things is not listed in this section of the entire complete work.
So we need a guinea pig. Kismet, what are you doing?
There are many such powerful rituals in this tome. Most I do not understand.
Okay. You've done a great job. We're planning to leave the town. We're planning to leave Sandpoint and actually go very far north, and I want you to come with us. So,
Bitch.
you ready to travel?
Or
She says, I can move when necessary.
Okay, good. So you've done a great job, and as we travel, when not needed, you can keep reading the tome and see what else you can determine.
Is there anything you wish me to search for in particular?
Focus on learning the specifics of how these rituals are done to see if we could actually do one of these rituals and teach it to her. And I glance over at Kismet.
I didn't know I was in the room.
She says, I am not a magician or a wizard, but I can interpret the steps needed to perform each ritual. I would suggest they are powerful and require much foresight before delving into dangerous, very dangerous.
Yeah, she's definitely lacking in the foresight.
I was
so.
gonna say I've so got that foresight thing down. You guys are so safe. Everything's gonna be fine.
Just an act.
And Balin's like,
All right. Well, I don't have anything else for you.
She kind of nods and, basically sits there continuing to read this tome. Unless any of you have anything else, I mean, you guys, I'm assuming will Balin, you look like you want to say something? No? Fantastic. You guys, I mean, it's getting late. You guys have you have had your drinks. You have reveled. You have enjoyed company. And as things are starting to wind down in the tavern, you guys all filter out into your rooms. The warm embrace of an alcoholic slumber, preparing you for what is most likely quite a bit of labor and work, getting ready for your journey tomorrow. Where did Josh go? Did you just peace out?
No,
The Slenderman got him.
Oh.
right?
I think last I saw, he sort of wandered off to what I believe is his restroom, but the lights then
Could have been.
Shit, he got
Could have been
stuck.
anything.
There
Wow.
it is.
Slender Man,
It's not really Josh.
doppelganger.
So as you guys are,
Wearing a Josh skin suit.
as you guys are making, in the morning. Here, let me.
In the morning.
In the evening, we got fun.
So when you guys kind of wake up in the morning, you are sort of caught up in the the bustle of the city, and you are sort of ushered out in with the rest of the caravan crew to the caravan. As you see, all of the carts are sort of lined up. There's 4 of them. This is actually. Xantor, you did your sort of best job to getting Koya's cart ready. It's still looking a little bit run down, but her fortune teller's wagon is serviceable, though it could use a paint job and some decorating outside. But it definitely will work for now. And the rest of the people are hitching up the horses. They're kind of shouldering their packs, and they are just getting ready to move and getting ready to go.
Awesome.
Sandrew is gonna, as he's up at the, kind of pulling a rope down on one of the carts. He says, "Friends, it's good to see you awake. I was beginning to think that you would not make it."
Don't you do it to my boyfriend.
Oh my god.
You should have drawn him like nipples and then like.
Nah. Just kind of amble past Sandro and and head for the first cart and kind of just take a position behind it so that I can just start pushing.
Yeah, he says, "Well, everything I believe is ready. We have our passengers, we have our drivers, we have our cargo. Really, we're just waiting for you. We can get underway whenever."
Yeehaw.
Let's do this.
All right. You guys climb into the back of your covered wagon, and as ever, you hear Sandrew begin kind of shouting, shouting orders. People are boarding wagons. People are kind of, yelling directions to each other, and with a flurry of kind of horse whinnies, you hear the clacking of the wheels as the caravan begins to move, and as it does, you guys set off on the Lost Coast Road. Let me bring you to. The hinterlands are gone.
We're not gonna die at all.
No, you're not.
Be fine.
Where the fuck is the Hinterlands map? I don't even know. You guys start making your way out. Oh, that's why. Okay. You start making your way out onto the road, and as the cart moves, as the journey begins, and you begin traveling up the. You begin traveling. It's there's really not a lot for you guys to do. Working with the what's it called, working on the carts or getting anything done while the wagons are traveling. It's just it's wheels clacking, it's trees it's trees kind of flying by. You hear people shouting orders every so often, but you guys are just sort of enjoying watching Sandpoint sort of disappear into the background behind you. And as you do,
So long, ship point. That sucked.
as you guys begin traveling, I mean, it's a fairly uneventful day. The give me 1 second. I'm gonna do this. You guys wanted to make your way towards the fort that Shillelagh was directing you to, correct?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Word of our community's acclaim spreads.
All right, there we go. So
See the map?
Yeah, I'm sort of not looking at it.
that is an accurate depiction.
Is the horse flying?
No, it's to scale.
It's trotting. It's just like
All right. So as you guys are traveling, you kind of you hear a shout come from the head of the caravan. Someone is making a lot of noise.
Well, tell that guy to shut up. I'm trying to take a nap.
What do you guys generally doing? Are you all just kind of like relaxing in the covered wagon, or any of you like outside? Just
I'm being extremely lazy.
I'm
Okay.
napping.
I'm intentionally trying to make everybody else angry because I'm just laying here.
I'm walking alongside the cart, like watching everybody and kind of learning everyone's names.
okay. Well, we'll go over that in a bit. But what about you, Balin?
I'm gonna say I'm at this point probably sitting on top of the.
Sandra?
No, unfortunately, the supply cart, since it's not
Okay.
covered, like everything else would be basically kind of on watch.
Yeah. What about you, Josh?
I am keeping to myself and wishing that this would get started.
All right. Can Balin and Xantor roll me perception checks, please?
First roll of the night.
Wow.
Balin's never done this before. He's not used to.
He's very distracted.
And that.
All right. You guys here. Let me make sure I copy your tokens here. You guys are making your way along the road as all of a sudden you hear some shouts from up ahead of you, and Xantor, you basically you're kind of in having a conversation. And it's the shouts and the noise and the kind of the horse yells up ahead catch your attention, but a little bit too late. And as you see it, you see the basically the cart in front of you is being drawn to a stop as two large dark shapes kind of basically come barreling through the trees toward and land. You just see them sort of land right in front of the lead caravan, but you didn't actually get a chance to see what they were.
To arms, guys! Let's go!
Out comes the battle axe. And
What?
2 arms, guys. Let's go.
All right.
Yes, I have 2 arms. We all have 2 arms, except for one arm Willie.
What?
Let's encounter. Begin.
All right. Are you? So let me put Xantor. No. It's map layer. Xantor, you are kind of closest to up front. The rest of you guys hearing all this shouting, you guys are in this back wagon, so you will probably have it will take you some time to scramble out. But Balin, you can kind of get to. You are outside also. Xantor, as you're shouting, you actually hear the sounds of kind of a scream coming from, like a pained scream coming from ahead of you as a loud kind of hoarse, baying sound. The horses up front are definitely frightened.
Oh shit.
What'd you guys do now?
Guys, get out here. We need your help. By the way,
Yes.
Aspen, what
No.
you see, we don't see anything. We just see
Okay.
the
Yeah. That's fine. So give me 1 second. So as we
But I'm really tired.
All right, you as this is happening, you hear Xantor. You're rushing forward. You hear the beating sound of wings and a shrieking screech as more things begin launching themselves out of the canopy. You see there are 2 large forms. You don't really make out what they are except for the large kind of black bat-like wings that swoop through the air as they land in front of the caravan, like basically diving in to attack the horses. And with that, we're gonna have everyone roll some initiative.
Touch yourself first.
Where is the
Love that.
Holy shit.
all right.
God, you were the one paying attention. Jesus.
I know.
He was busy speaking in Druidic, or in Stilben, to the horses, telling them it's okay. We will.
You're a
save
pretty pony. You're a pretty.
You're a pretty
All right.
girl. You're a pretty girl.
All right. So when everyone has their initiative in, we are going to go ahead and add the turns for these guys, who are also going to roll initiative. Give me 1 second.
Oh, hey, ask.
Yes.
I never got the stats for that samurai sword.
Oh, right. Okay. I will get that for you right now.
I've
A
got other
dwarf
pointy
with the
things.
katana. That's awesome.
You're in a short sword and a bunch of daggers and some throwing stars.
So Whispering Shrike is or the sword that you were given is a Wakazashi, which I believe it's 1d. I believe it's a 1d6 weapon, with a. It's a 1d6 finesse weapon.
Cool.
All right. So these things have. Is our initiative? 1d20 plus 2. 12, 16. All right. 12, 16, and 5. Okay, so as we go ahead and sort this, Balin, you hear this kind of shrieking and also the screaming sounds of men and horses up front. You basically are outside the caravan, so you can kind of get up front faster than the rest of your party can.
I presume that there are crossbows staged on the carts where they can be reached rapidly.
We'll say yes.
Because it would be really stupid to travel without crossbows at the ready. Maybe not necessarily, cock the whole time, but most of it. Anyway, so I was going to say, as I was running up past Xantor, which, given my speed, I think that's about as far as I can get it. These are 5-foot squares. And so I was going to grab one of the. I just said the name of the damn weapon, crossbows.
Yes.
And one of the guards would have had it and loaded, just in case. And I'm going to try to fire at one of these.
Okay. As you're kind of grabbing the bow and rushing up at the head, you kind of see this thing is actually going to be closer to here, kind of attacking one of the horses. These things have just landed, kind of swooped in behind. You see what appears to be a kind of purplish, pale-skinned humanoid with large, leathery, bat-like wings, and it is currently attacking the horses and men at the front of the caravan. Go ahead and fire your crossbow shot.
I have never used a crossbow before, so I'm not sure which.
Dexterity.
Okay, plus something. To sweat. Because I don't have a crossbow attack in my.
That's fine. Light crossbow is 1d8.
1d8 plus 1. 1d8 plus 1. That is not the right dice.
That's not the roll, no.
Let's try just a plain old regular attack roll. You said it's dexterity there, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll click that. And I'll get a 10, which probably
A 10 is not enough. As you kind of rush forward, and as you swing this crossbow around, you see this thing kind of flare its wings, and you almost kind of stop in your track as you attempt to get a bead, and you fire. The bolt just kind of goes wide over its head, as it does not seem to be affected by it.
Well, of course not. I didn't hit it. Like I said, Balin's never really
Yes.
range weapons.
All right. Anything else you want to do? Or you want to reload the crossbow?
No, he's pretty frustrated with it right now.
Okay.
Bother.
All right. So next is going to be this thing, which is actually going to, as you see it, Balin, it kind of catches a glimpse of you, and you see it kind of like spread its wings, and it's going to kind of take 2 steps of a running start, and then kind of launch it, like jump into the air. Its wings kind of causing it to soar. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Right.
Okay.
It hiccuped.
Should be back up. Let me know if it is. I'm gonna go check my my dashboard real quick.
It says it's back live, but you can't click it. You can't load it.
You might have to refresh. All right. I believe we're good.
Right, we're back now.
Cool. All right. We are back. Sorry guys, if you haven't already, do it. Just hit the refresh button, and the stream should be back up for you.
Of course, if you're hearing him say that, the stream is back.
It's already back up, yeah. Okay. So, as he fails his attack there, Lycon, you have just been roused awake, but you're still in the cart. What do you want to do?
Well, I would like to remove myself from said car. Is this another covered wagon?
You're in the covered wagon, yeah.
Okay. I will jump out and click the wrong thingy. Move out. So my question would be is I'm gonna assume getting out of the cart will count as my normal movement.
Yeah, I mean, you were probably pretty tired. You're kind of like, because you haven't really caught the full glimpse of what's going on outside. So I'm assuming like you will very sluggishly get out of the cart.
All right, and as a bonus action, I can use dash. So, since it's a bonus action, would that still allow me an attack, or would that be my entire turn?
Let me. I believe dash is a full round.
Except
Combat dash. You gain extra movement. No, it's when you take the dash action, you gain extra movement for the current turn. Equals your speed. Yeah, it doesn't say. Doesn't say it's takes place of an attack.
Okay.
Not
Then
for rogues, for everybody else. It does.
Yeah.
I am going to see this commotion and see that Xantor and Balin are on this side, so I am going to take my full movement to get to my first movement, which would be crap. I just did it. And I missed it right there. So, and then I'm going to move again, but I'm going to move around. Is that a tree or a bush?
Where?
Just to the right of the cart.
This?
No,
These
no.
These things are trees.
Okay. Then I am going to move again right there.
Okay.
Try to get around the other side.
All right. So you kind of rush ahead of or rush behind the lead cart and kind of duck behind this tree over here.
Yep. And I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything. Well, no. I think I might be able to hit him. Well, I can try anyway.
I believe it with a dagger. That's probably in your second range increment.
Yeah, it is. It's
Okay.
20 and then 60.
So that's disadvantage.
Okay. I'll see if I can fling something at him just to get his attention at least. That way.
Fair
he doesn't
enough.
Go after
Go for it.
those guys. All right.
A 7 is not going to do it as you kind of chuck this dagger, but it's the distance is hard to judge as it just flies off into the dirt. All right. Next we've got this guy who is going to sort of also pick himself up and launch himself towards the horses as he kind of sets into them with his blade. Kismith, what do you want to do?
So I guess I'm gonna jump off to the north.
Okay.
I want this because I was measuring. And then shit nuggets. I can't do that. I will hit my friends.
Probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I was gonna do shocking touch, but it's a cone. Blah blah. Okay, shot that. I was so excited. I'm like, I'm prepared. Which was stupid.
So what do you want to do?
Let's do Ray of Frost.
Okay. At which one?
The closest one. So
Alright, go for it.
The one right in front of Balin.
A 16 will hit. Go ahead and roll some damage on that. For 5 damage. All right. As you kind of lance out, and just next to Balin, this beam of frigid energy just kind of clips this thing. You see it kind of the frost crystals developing on its wing as its wing kind of like bends and dries out. As you definitely have damaged slightly its ability to fly and also caught its attention.
Oh, good.
All right. Anything else?
That's all I can do, isn't it?
Yep. All right,
Okay,
Zach
then no.
Nafine, what do you want to do?
I want to unmute myself. Okay, so hopping out of this cart, I can't move anymore after that. Is that what we decided?
You can use your action to move if you'd like.
Instead of like doing an attack.
Yeah, instead of doing an attack.
Okay. Let me see here. There's something I wanted to do. Give me one sec. I wanted to. far can I do that? If I want to cast Shield of Faith on one of my allies, do you think I could reach one of those guys up front, or do I need to be closer to him?
Shield of Faith. Let me check.
I'll check.
Shield of Faith. Range 60 feet.
Yeah, so I should be good to hit one of them up front, right?
Yeah.
So I'll cast that over on Balin since he's right up in their faces there. I'll use that as my action.
All right. So you kind of grab your holy symbol, and as you kind of power out of this cart, you see Balin, and you just kind of reach out for him, and as you even though he's far away, you kind of can almost you can almost feel your hand on his shoulder. As Balin, you feel kind of your armor just feels a little slightly reinforced. You feel kind of suffused by this warm glow as the holy energy wraps itself around you. All right, Xantor, what do you want to do?
Are they in the air? Or are they
No, they're on the ground. They can fly, but they have taken to the ground to fight you.
Okay. Let's step out, and I'm gonna the guy that's here by Balin. Step out. And this is wrong. I'm going to so they can fly, but they're on the ground right now, right?
Yes, because they have melee weapons. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna bear form and with my weight pounce on top of him to bite him.
Okay. Let me grab you your bear. If anything would work today. Bear. Where is Bear? There's Bear.
I haven't been a bear in weeks.
It's been a while, yeah. All right, you are a bear.
Awesome. I'm gonna bite him first, and then I'm gonna whack him with my claws.
A 24 will definitely hit, and so will a 23.
That's for my bite. That's for my claws.
All right. So a total of 19 damage. How do you want to kill this guy?
I'm gonna get on him, and first I bite to like hold him down, and I grab his jugular, and then as I claw, I separate his wings off of his back, and I twist his neck, snapping his neck, pulling his wings out at the same time. And as I separate them entirely, I'm gonna kind of hold on to the wings in my paws, and I'm kind of like almost like showing off like I've got wings now, and I'm gonna flap them in my hands as I lean back and I roar on top of him. But it's also kind of like a roar intimidation of his other two friends as I flap the wings that I've now earned to challenge them.
I mean, it's you kind of tear these things off, and as you kind of like your claws rake through them, like you don't have, bears can't really hold much, but you're doing your best as you're kind of shredding these wings up and bellowing a roar at the other these other creatures, and you can see them. They are definitely, like, now their eyes all like lock on you as they both kind of raise their daggers in the, like, their kind of curved blades in the air, ready to lunge at your throat.
Good.
All right. Which the next one is going to do. He's going to rush right at you, and he is going to make an attack against you for a 19.
That'll hit.
All right. He is going to roll he's gonna roll 3 on the damage, plus an extra 4 of not really, like, so what happens is the weapon is going to come down and strike, and as you feel it cut into your flesh. Obviously the wound hurts, but it's almost like you feel like a tremor, as almost like a bolt of electricity runs through your body, almost from the wound directly to your brain, and you feel your mind like hit by it, like a jolt of something, and it kind of almost like shocks you out of focus for a second.
Dibs.
All right. So as he cuts into you like that, that is going to be his turn. Next, we're going to go to the top of the round with Balin.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna step on up and attack the guy that's closest to
Okay.
Zanpur. And there's my trusty battle axe. It's totally the wrong accent, by the way, just in case you weren't aware. That's better.
That's a nat 20.
Well, it's,
Wow.
Oh, it's a nat. Well, close enough.
but I get improved.
Yes.
And since I'm using it, it's the only weapon. It also has a +2
All right. Go ahead and roll some damage on that.
to so that would be a 9 + 2, which would be 11.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yes, that is right.
Okay.
All right. So as you kind of bring your axe up, you bring it down, and it actually kind of catches this creature like right in the shoulder, kind of breaking the shoulder blade and carving into the wing on its back. And as the creature kind of sags, its other hand still kind of clutching this dagger as it like hisses at you in some strange screeching language.
Okay, doc.
I don't. Why do I keep hearing my alert going off? But I didn't see the. Whatever. All right. So this thing is massively injured. Anything else you want to do?
Make out with Sandra, but that's not really an option right now. So
My timing is everything.
yeah,
Holy shit!
What?
he's just stunned at how much I love.
I literally just like my own video started playing. I don't know what it was, and I'm like, where did this come from? I just heard one of our whatever. It was very, very strange. If you're watching the stream, you will understand why it was strange. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so as he's doing this, you see kind of like jumping out of the let me get his token. Jumping out of the cart behind you, Balin, comes a very kind of like a grinning ear to ear Sandrew as he says, Who is attacking my caravan? And then he kind of looks down from where he's standing and sees these kind of creatures and says, what the fuck is that? And he's holding a very, very shining silver rapier in his other hand, so he is going to kind of jump down, make a lunging thrust at like a kind of a lunging thrust at this one. A 22. It's 1d6 as you see him just kind of like just jump and like lance this creature right in the chest for 9 damage. It's not enough to take this thing down completely, but you see him just kind of dip his rapier in and kind of pull back as he sort of like lands on its feet, and he looks around and says, well, I'm wondering why you didn't raise me from my nap sooner. I was having a good dream.
That would be why.
And he kind of like looks around as he gets ready for the next attack, which is that one is dead. So Lycon, what do you want to do?
I am going to make use of my bonus action dash again.
Okay.
And I'm going to move to right here. And since Mr. Dude in front of me has an enemy within 5 feet, I can use sneak attack.
Dun dun dun.
All right.
So I am going to chuck another dagger. And miss terribly again. All right. Actually, no, that wouldn't help any. Never mind. I was going to say inspiration, but that wouldn't do me enough good to warrant wasting it. All right. I'm done. That was all I had.
All right. This one is going to retaliate. Actually, this one is fairly injured, so he's going to make this attack with disadvantage
Real quick, get
against...
to that.
What's up?
Before you get to that, since that was a natural one, we all drink.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It was.
Go for it. Enjoy your drinks. Balin, this one is going to make an attack at you with disadvantage, so... 7, not going to do anything to you. But it will kind of... You do see it kind of like... As it gets up in your face, it kind of lets... Like lets out a shrieking, kind of pained cry. As almost as if it's waiting for you to kind of strike it down. Kismet,
Become more powerful.
what do you want to do?
possibly imagine.
I am going to. Which one was the one that Balin just hit? The one right in front of Sand, or the one?
The one in front of Sandra is dead.
Oh,
It just doesn't have a red X on it yet.
Well, he's standing on top of it.
That one was already dead because that was the one that.
Nope,
Yeah.
nope, that was that one.
oh, okay.
This one died.
Right.
This one's still alive. This one's the one you just injured, Balin.
Okay.
Xantor tore apart the one that Sandra's standing on.
Yes.
Yep.
I injured the one just north of that,
Oh, I thought you attacked this guy.
and that no, the one.
Okay.
That's why I said it was the one.
Oh, then in that case, the one that Sandru jumped on is dead. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was like, where is the?
All right. That was my bad. I thought you attacked this one, right? The other one.
Okay. Well, then the one that's alive, I'm gonna chuck Scorching Ray at.
All right, go for it.
Fair fur.
Does it at least singe it on the way over its head?
You just send your teammates.
I smell burning bear ass.
I hit one of them. I'm still happy.
Yeah, a 6 does not hit him. Anything else you want to do? Do you want to kind of get up close?
No, I'm still within range with these guys.
All right.
I'm happy.
Zaknafine, what about you?
I don't know. I'm far away from the action. Is upsetting me. Can't really get close enough to do much. I'll move 3, 4. Yeah. It's gonna barrel forward, get to about here. And I guess I can launch a spear at him. So that's what I'll do. So I'll launch a spear at that guy that's just past Balin. Take very good care to not get anywhere near him. No, it's a javelin. I meant javelin is what I meant.
I think we should have just stayed in the damn wagon.
Yeah, I just should have fucking stayed.
Yeah. All right. Xantor, what do you want to do?
I want to finish off the other friend, so I'm gonna come up over here around, and I'm gonna say in like bear.
Spare you.
Yeah, I'm gonna say in like so many bear words. Today is the day you die. There's been many people who have come and challenged me and my friends, and now is the time for their death. And it's really gonna just come out as, and then I'm gonna bite at him. and I'm gonna claw at him. Oh, nice. So
Yes, both times.
bite is 12. Claw is 14. I think that kills him.
Oh yeah, how do you wanna maul this strange creature?
So I'm
Just want
gonna
to ask him any questions.
I'm gonna stick him with the claw, like stick him and hold him, and then I like kind of like Three Stooges style. I'm gonna whack him back and forth, and I'm standing on my paws, right? I'm gonna whack him back and forth like with the paw, like slapping his face, just as his face goes blah 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 blah, and then as he like gives up, like he's almost done, I'm gonna reel in and like bite into his throat and yank his esophagus out.
All right, as you chomp down on this thing's neck and sort of like tear it out, kind of spraying your fur with a fountain of gore, this creature will kind of gasp for air as it then drops. Its corpse drops to the dirt below, and with that, you guys are once again sort of standing in the middle of this trail. These kind of creatures, their bodies still twitching and bleeding on the ground around you, but the sky silent, and no further threats seem to be presenting themselves at the moment.
I'm gonna sniff the air, and also I'm gonna take one of the daggers and like kind of get it in my mouth. The one that actually stabbed me and did some weird thing to my brain.
As you kind of pick this dagger up, it feels very light. The blade is actually doesn't seem to be made of metal, but rather some very strange, almost translucent crystalline material. And as you kind of test it in the air, you kind of swing it. You feel kind of the blade feels very cold in your hand, and you feel kind of a jolt as your mind feels like rocked with almost a tremor of pain, and the blade shatters.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Way to go, bro.
And cursed.
God damn it!
We got 2 more to break.
And also, welcome to the Dojo Hobo for following. Welcome to the madness, my friend.
I could break the other blades, I could pick them up and do the same thing.
Triple curse.
Can everyone roll me a perception check, please?
Oh, piss.
Yay.
17. All right. Balin, Xantor, Zach, Nafine, and Kismith. You guys are all kind of looking around as Sandru is putting his rapier away. He says, "Do you know what these things were? Where the fuck they came from? I've never seen a creature like this before."
Since I'm not noticing anything other than
I assume you're probably looking
I'm-
down at these bodies and kind of
Well,
like trying to make
pulling out
I'm picking up my daggers.
I'll answer his question, but in bear, and I'm like, and I'll point to the sky.
Actually, Xantor, they came from that tree over there, but
as you guys are kind of basically everyone but Balin, as you guys are making your making your looking around, you notice there appears to be a shadowed figure that is standing off in the trees a decent distance away. It doesn't seem to be moving. Just standing there.
Where?
off in this
It's somewhere off down the trail, probably in this direction.
Okay.
So Balin is kind of the leathery part of the wings between the phalanges, basically
Ew.
slicing those pieces
Ew.
out to basically make bags out of or something.
All right.
No sense in wasting good leather, basically. Which is why he doesn't see whatever's going on.
Okay. Guys, there's someone. Thing
That's being
That
very
way?
specific. You're so eloquent.
behind you, bitches.
So why don't you launch a fireball over there and see if you can hit him?
Because it's like 9,000 feet Why?
And
I
I
can't
don't
shoot
shoot
much
that
past
far.
you. I can hit you.
I don't know where it's at, so I don't.
I mean, yes, you do. You are pointed in the direction that she's gesturing.
Right behind you.
I will
Yeah,
also-
it's not on the map. Don't worry about the map. You don't. Do you guys want to? Are you doing anything? Or you're just gonna
Yeah,
stay where you-
I want to make a threatening roll at it. Roar.
Threatening roll. 20, bitch.
Bear man, go run at it.
Just turn into a ball, and then Balin will kick you in the ass from behind. and see how
I'm gonna
far
start
you
charging in that direction.
Okay.
Arr.
Roll
work,
me
Bear
a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity.
How nimble of you.
I didn't modify it for bear.
I was gonna say you would be using the bear's dexterity, not yours,
Yeah, I didn't. do
unless
that.
yours is higher.
I think the bear's is higher, but I never have the bear sheet up. So give me a second.
Bear sheet. Huh.
So having actually just having pointed out, because I can't remember Kismet for some reason, having just pointed out where it was, now Balin's paying attention.
All right.
Oh.
As you Xantor, as you're kind of rushing forward, you feel yourself sort of stumble as something kind of reaches out of the ground and grabs one of your legs, and you realize that you're like the sort of brambly. You don't re-roll it; you just add a different bonus. You kind of. It seems that the like these vines and brambles have sort of sprouted from the ground and are kind of keeping you stuck in place as you rush towards this person, and you Xantor, you would be the first to see as the whoever it was kind of leaning against a tree. They kind of stand up and take a step out from under the tree, and as you do, you see again a familiar face. Once again,
Familiar to me or familiar to us?
to you, this man in kind of the wide-brimmed feather hat steps out from the tree. He says,
Oh shit.
Has my warning been sorry, accent. Has my warning been heeded or do you need more evidence of what is conspiring against you?
I'm gonna slowly give him the bear paw. Middle finger. I give him the middle finger. Bear claw.
Very difficult for a bear to do, by the way.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like this.
You see him kind of take off his hat, and he just kind of hangs it on a branch. He says, "I don't think we've been properly introduced. By the way." Wow, I gotta change my my sound. I don't know what the fuck that is.
I'm not.
All right. Damn it. Sorry, I'm looking for something here and I can't find
Okay,
it.
Josh is having fun.
All right. As he does, he says, my name is Bertram. And you see him kind of like wave his hand, and the very opulent disguise that or the clothing that he was wearing just kind of fades away, and he's no longer dressed like a flashy noble, but rather a fairly traditionally dressed peasant, almost very, very druidic in nature. Just hide, furs and hides, leather. He looks like a traveler or a druid. He says, "My name is Bertram, and I believe you and I have somehow arrived at a common purpose."
Is he talking to all of them or directly to me?
Yeah, he's talking basically past you to the rest of the group.
Oh.
He says, "Do not think I haven't watched you. That was my task. So I know that you carry something that I was sent to find. What? That much you know, and I'm sure you know it's a powerful artifact. What you do not seem to be aware of is the fact that my lord, as I am forced to call him, also wants that object, and he is not a pleasant soul to cross. He kind of looks down. He says, "These creatures are his. He pulled them through the fabric of reality using the magics he discovered in that book. And there are more. And he will send them to find you."
Sounds like a really fun guy, your master.
He kind of looks down. He says, you have to understand, I'm not an evil man. I'm a farmer. I tend to the people, a healer. But when he came up from the south, when he established his seat of power, he took servants. He has my family. They are his captives, and that is why I must do his bidding. Yes, but the reason I'm standing before you here is because, well, I think if anyone can do something about him, it has to be you. You're the only ones he's paying attention to.
We are not still in initiative round. Right?
No.
Okay. So Balin is going to slip his axe back into its thong at his side, and he's going to very deliberately, with hands clearly visible, walk right up to him.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see, if you'd led with that from the beginning,
Right.
you probably could have gotten my help much more easily. If you are here seeking whatever it is that you're seeking, and I speak with full honesty that this is the first time I've had any inkling of what it is you're looking for. But if you had come to me, saying that that's what you wanted, well, you know exactly how I react to threats.
He could have.
If you had come asking for my help to save your family, you'd have had it instantly.
He kind of puts up his hand and he kind of looks down. He says, like, he kind of looks back towards the hat that's hanging on the tree. He says, we all do things that we must for reasons that do not make sense to others. My captor watches me always. He insists on seeing what I see, especially when it comes to this object of his desire. So, the only reason I'm even here now is because I was dispatched with these creatures to see if I could recover what it is he wanted when you and yours were hopefully dead. But we have, they are psychically linked to him. It's a strange gift they bring through their portal, through their summoning, but with their deaths we have bought ourselves but a few minutes. He says, that is why I can speak to you now, but that may change very soon. I will tell you what you need to know, but I feel like you must know exactly who is pursuing you. He says, I've seen him in many forms. I've seen him take many names. Perhaps he's even walked past you once or twice. He is, or he calls himself, a Teparax.
A name I am not unfamiliar with.
He says, "You know who he is?"
No,
You know-
I know of his name. I don't know who he is.
He nods. He kind of looks at the rest of you. He says, "A Teparax is the Dread Plague. He is an ambitious and powerful green dragon."
That was the piece of information I needed. Thank you. Without the flourish, it saves us more time. Green dragon. Got it. All right. Don't have a lot of experience fighting those. Any of you? You guys?
I'm not scared.
All right. Sandro, you gorgeous motherfucker. Do you know what any dealings with the green dragon?
He says, "I would prefer to have one not follow me, if we can arrange it."
Okay. All right.
He's looking very nervous. Bertram, he kind of crosses his arms. He says, "You are traveling, and that is good. I don't know where your destination is, but what I do suggest is this thing that you carry, this object that a Teparax desires. The farther you get from Sandpoint, the safer it becomes, but as long as you carry it, he will pursue you. I would not suggest fighting him. It would be folly. But I would suggest taking this and fleeing, finding safety."
Right. He's not also known as the Sandpoint Devil, is he? Just checking.
No, that is not him.
Just making sure. Didn't know.
He says, "Wherever your journey takes you, if you can find somewhere safe, fortified, not on the road, you will find shelter. But I suggest you take this book and you flee. I don't know if he will pursue you. I don't know how far, but as long as he is chasing over your shoulder, is somewhere I would keep an eye."
So I presume you are not here and you did not say these things. Same as last time, right?
I must very shortly report back to him, most likely of your continued breathing.
So Balin walks back over to the kind of gargoyle-y things and takes the hilt of one of the shattered daggers and brings it over and hands it to him. And this should weigh in our favor.
He says, "I will be cautious in my report. Anything I can do to convince him to not send more creatures your way will help, I think, but I don't know what sway I